Hello everyone, I hope you guys are doing wonderfully great. I usually make videos about figs because I have quite the collection. Maybe it's not the largest collection, but it's definitely getting there. About 57 or so cultivars and slowly rising. But I also collect some of the most pristine, well, in my opinion, some of the most pristine berries. And that includes raspberries, blackberries, and blueberries. And this year I acquired a variety that I've wanted for quite a long time. A variety that I always thought to be possibly the single most pristine raspberry to have ever existed. And that is the double gold raspberry. Now, I know there are not that many videos online about the double gold, um, but one thing that I will tell you about is from the few people, maybe actually I think there's only like 2 or 3 people that have made videos about them, that have made these raspberries, claim that they're quite resilient, which I can confirm, and they're relatively drought tolerant, which I can also confirm. But pretty much unanimously, everyone agrees that the berries on the double gold are much larger in size than your typical red raspberry, and that includes, your Latham raspberries and some of the more, common varieties. So I came out here today to water my fig trees, which are coming towards the end of their summer cycle, so to speak. And I noticed that my double gold, my only cultivar actually of my 13 raspberry cultivars, that I'm currently growing in containers, in 15-gallon containers, is not only producing, it is remarkably prolific. I mean, the amount of raspberries, I wish the camera could capture the totality of raspberries that are on this bush. Just super loaded. I mean, clusters, super clusters everywhere. And so what I wanted to do is to see if I can gather some of the more ripe ones and make a video about them, and hopefully take them inside, weigh them, and convince everyone watching this video that this is definitely the best gold variety raspberry that you could possibly grow. So I'm hoping you guys can see how heavily loaded this bush is, and the berries are not exactly 100% ready right now, but they're still quite edible and quite sweet. They do come off the vine quite easily. It's just a gentle pull, but they could have grown at least another maybe 20% or so. I'm still going to do a few of these, harvest a few of these, and talk about them as we go inside, maybe weigh them a little bit, and talk about them, and see if we can make some sense of the insanity that is this raspberry bush here. Okay, I'll just harvest these 3, maybe even this one over here. It's not quite ready, but I'll see if I can pluck it off. And there's still so many more we can harvest. Maybe come back tomorrow or the day after and make yet another video about this incredible cultivar. So, all right, this is a 1-year bush, by the way. It's quite young, and it's not even, well, it's no more than maybe 1.5 feet or 2 feet tall. No more than that, and it is absolutely loaded. You're probably thinking I gave this thing a lot of Miracle-Gro. I don't use any fertilizers in my backyard, any whatsoever, any synthetic fertilizers, I meant to say. I do use compost from leaves, you can see here, and pine bark mulch, which I consider to be relatively free of synthetic products. But I do not use any herbicides, pesticides, anything chemical, anything unnatural, so to speak. Sometimes I'll use rabbit manure towards the very beginning of the season, maybe in March or April, but even that's used very scarcely whenever I get it. And actually, currently I'm out of it, so I don't see myself using it again. But at any rate, let's take these few raspberries inside. We'll weigh them and we'll give them a taste test, just like we did for the fig trees. All right, I'll see you guys inside. Okay, everyone, so here we are back inside, and I put the raspberries on the scale to weigh them. Now, usually I would weigh each one separately, so that way we know what the mean is, and what the standard deviation is, and what the range is of these weights. Mostly the range, actually. But in this case, because raspberries are really, really light, generally speaking, I went on ahead and put all four. And for those four raspberries, we get a total weight of approximately 10 grams. So we can go on ahead and assume that roughly these weigh about 2.5 grams apiece. If I leave the largest on the scale and just weigh that one, you'll see that the reading, oops, sorry, the scale is off now. You'll see that the reading comes to about 3 grams, which is exactly what we would expect, right? Since the average is about 2.5, so the largest should be a little more than average, right? So there we go. So between 10 and 11 grams. Now the reading is 11, so maybe it was 10.6 before, or something like that. This scale is not that accurate. But yeah, these raspberries will definitely grow at least another 15-20% from their current size. Now, what is their current size? It's much larger than the store-bought regular red raspberry. They're Latham raspberries and all that. And definitely larger than the Fall Gold, which, in my opinion, is not a very successful cultivar. I do own it, but it's not a very hardy cultivar. It tends to get root rot and other diseases quite easily. Now, the berry itself is very, very firm. I cannot stress that enough. It's a very firm berry. I mean, it does not crumble at all. And it's not because this is underripe. I mean, maybe it is a little bit, but it's just the genetics here. This berry is naturally firm and doesn't crumble. Comes off the vine very easily when it's ripe, of course, and doesn't fall apart. And all four of these have the same characteristics. So they're all from the same bush, which is the same cultivar, of course. So they have the same characteristics. Now let's go ahead and give this a taste test. This is the most ripe, I think, of the four. So let's go ahead and give this a taste test and see what it's like. Yeah. This is a very sweet variety. It definitely tastes much different than the red cultivars that I have, which is the majority of them. I think I have about 9 red ones. Actually 8 red ones and 2 purple ones. Anyway. It does have a little bit of, let's just say, tanginess or bitterness there towards the end, but that is because these specific ones that we harvested today are just a little bit underripe. Now, is it a pleasant eating experience? Absolutely. Absolutely. Is this one of the best raspberries that I've ever had? Yes, it is. It is. Now, they will benefit severely by being exposed to full sun, which is exactly where I have them planted, the south side of the house. And I think you guys will be absolutely pleased to grow these. They're very, very low maintenance raspberries. I keep them in pots because even though I love this cultivar, I do not want it to spread in my backyard since I have so much going on there. Figs and berries and grapes and all. So that's why I have them in containers. But it doesn't seem to stop them from just growing insanely. So yeah, let's try one more, see if there's a different eating experience here. No? Well, yeah, just a very pleasant experience overall. Sweet, nice raspberry taste, different than the red ones. They are lighter tasting than the red ones in the sense that they don't have that tangy berry flavor, but these specific ones do have a little bit of bitter aftertaste, not necessarily in a bad way, only because they are quite underripe. There is moderate seed crunch. You can definitely tell that there's a few seeds in here, as you would expect for a raspberry, but they're definitely not a, they do not take away from the eating experience. I would say that overall, actually, it's just a very, very good, very pleasant raspberry. Strongly recommend everyone to find this and to grow it. I had to pay a little bit extra for this specific cultivar, about twice as much as I would pay for your your regular garden variety raspberries. But I do believe that they are well worth it, and I'm going to try and trellis them upwards to about a height of let's just say 3 to 4 feet, and then hang the clusters outside of the trellis, outside of the pot, so that they get full exposure to the sun. And naturally, I don't know if you guys saw it in the video, but naturally this bush was trying to grow towards the sun, towards the south side, and there was zero growth, nothing at all, towards the north side of the container. So it kind of knows what it's doing. Just an amazing cultivar. Absolutely happy that I own it, and I hope to make more videos in the future displaying even more about how vigorous and prolific, mostly prolific, this specific raspberry is. So yeah, very, very happy with this, and hope to get more raspberries off this, because they taste really, really good. Well, thank you all for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. I have quite an abundance of blackberries, different cultivars, and blueberries as well, and raspberries, and grapes, and figs that I would absolutely love to make videos of. So please stand by for those future videos. Until then, have a good one.